through the hot country. My soul is still unleashed, wait to be sold. Its value is priceless, or not never gonna be told.
Hey everybody, welcome to Metal Movies and Brewskis Live. I'm your host, Matt Burke, and tonight we're going to be talking about all kinds of crazy things that are metal. First off, it's Easter weekend. Happy Good Friday yesterday, and happy Easter. That's tomorrow. Over here in California, the weather's shit. It's raining. I was planning on doing a barbecue tomorrow, having an Easter egg hunt, and that's not going down. We're probably gonna have to do that indoors, so it is what it is. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. It's not really about the Easter bunny, it's about the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and so that's why I celebrate it, and that's why my family celebrates it. But I got some news for you guys, so we could jump into some of that right now. Let's see here. I know tomorrow this is going to be coming out, or it's actually out right now, and that is the Kong versus Godzilla. A lot of people, like it, don't like it. I don't know. Me, I'm actually pumped for it. I think it's going to be a fun movie. I really enjoyed the last one. I thought it was really far-fetched and out there. And I don't know. Why don't you guys say what up to Brian Kreisgau? Brian, what did you think about it?
I haven't seen it yet. I do plan on checking it out. I haven't been really too happy over the legendary kaiju verse.
Yeah.
I the first Godzilla I thought was whack. The second one I thought was mid. Kong, King of Skull Island, I enjoyed.
Yeah, I'd like that too.
And then Godzilla versus Kong was just a freaking joy. It was just so much fun. And I don't know anybody who didn't enjoy that. And this is the same director, Adam Wingard. He's also bringing the star of one of his first films, The Guest, which is an excellent horror movie. I highly recommend it, as the male lead in this.
Oh, okay. I think it's that guy that played the Beast too in the Disney remake.
Which I didn't see, but he's a great actor.
He was good, for what he had, I guess.
He's great in The Guest. You gotta check that out. That's dope. So the new retro wave color scheme, everything about it was just great. And so I'm hoping that this is more of that type of just complete insanity.
Oh yeah, totally, man. And I think they're going to be spending more time in the center of the earth, so that's going to be pretty fun. Obviously,
Pellucidar, motherfucker, the Hollow Earth. When they did that in the previous film, I was like, okay, I'm yours.
Cool. I want to see more
from that point.
I want to see more of that, and so I guess that's kind of what they're giving us. I haven't read any of the reviews. I try to stay away from spoilers. But Scar King, most people have seen him in the trailer and whatnot. He's kind of based off of Kong, but he's I don't know. There's a little brief little thing about him right here we could go into. It's like tiptoeing on spoiler, but he's sadistic, tyrannical, and brutal orangutan type chimpanzee like titan who rules over a clan of similar simian-like titans with an iron fist, and is personally responsible for the deaths of countless other titans. So he's pretty crazy. No longer satisfied. Yeah, he looks crazy, dude. Like, watch. No longer satisfied with simply having dominion over the Hollow Earth, he strikes out against the world using his loyal servant and minion Shimo, the first Titan who mind controlled with the crystal to unleash destruction upon the Earth. His weapon is a spine whip.
I know, it's so fucking metal.
Yeah, it's so
like
metal,
a hook
man.
at the end, and then he's using mind control like fucking Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
Yes, this sounds completely insane.
Yeah, and his design comes from right here, appearance. The Scar King is a gigantic primate-based creature with the appearance quite similar to that of Kong, but with a slender, muscular, and elongated orangutan-like physique that is characterized by the lengthy arms and legs, a slight pronounced hunchback, and a small scar on his right brow. He has pale white skin, and his body is predominantly covered with thick reddish fur, except for his face, scalp, chest, inner arms, hands, and feet. Notably, his eye emit a gentle, luminous blue glow, and he adorns his face and parts of his body in faded red war paint. But this part right here, where I was looking for, okay, the design of he's based off the design of King Kong from King Kong versus Godzilla, which was released in 1962 by Toho Studios. I thought you might get a kick out of that.
Yeah, which is funny because I always say that the King Kong, the Japanese Kong, especially from Godzilla versus Kong, looks a little special, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
He looks he looks developmentally disabled, shall we say?
Oh yeah. It looks like he's.
I love me some Japanese Kong. Although the better Japanese Kong movie is King Kong Escapes. That is awesome.
I guess too that like the movie's getting. I mean, obviously, I don't care about what the critics think. Some people do though. Some people are all about that. I think it's interesting though, like sometimes to see. Obviously, Rotten Tomatoes is the biggest site, but the fans are digging it. They're giving it, or the audience is giving it 92, and the tomatometer is 55%, which are the critics, the paid chill critique media. So I don't know. Like even this critic says
against this because
come to Godzilla.
Like they have like a kind of what am I looking for? A prerogative. Do you know what I'm saying? They usually have like a reason for like being ideologically for something or ideologically against something. Or of course, most of them are just paid. It's kind of like journalists are just PR people now. And it's the same thing with film critics. I mean, that's why there's like a handful out there. Chris Gore, for instance, Film Threat, he always keeps it real. Mark Kermode, I think, is pretty good. That's the thing that you do. You find like Kim Newman, you find that handful of like honest people whose tastes sort of mirror your own. And those are because ultimately critics are consumer reporters.
100%, right? Man. But even this guy, like
people always ask you if you just saw a movie, is it worth seeing?
Right. And even this guy right here, I mean, he says pretty much water is wet. Come to Godzilla versus Kong, the New Empire for the sheer monster mashing spectacle, and stay for that too, because that movie doesn't have much to offer. I'm like, fuck yeah, homeboy. That's the only thing I'm going to see it for, dude. I'm not going to see Godzilla. I'm not going to see -1. I'm not going there with my box of tissues. I'm going there for some popcorn and corn. You know what I mean? I want to see that big motherfucker power glove like Hellboy smashing. You know what I mean? That's why I'm going there. I'm going there for that.
It looks insane. It looks
seeing
insane.
him run. It looks like a cartoon. And I like the Godzilla cartoon and the King Kong cartoon. So me and my kids watch it. But I thought I would show you that, and I'm glad you're here right now, Brian. You've probably seen this, but I got a cool movie trailer I wanted to show you guys for some news that's cracking right now.
Coolness.
Let's go ahead and check it out. Also, let's see here. Go see Passion of the Christ. It's playing in theaters some places. I think this weekend.
Really? Because it's Easter.
Yeah, and they're filming the sequel too. Also.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here.
I still never watched that, and I still never.
It's so metal. You got to check it out.
I know. It's just like, it's just like, do we really have to just dwell on like the agonies of Christ? I mean, I understand. It's like he went through it. The least you could do is witness it, but it's not the real thing. It's a recreation of the thing.
Some people need to experience it.
It's interesting how we Christians, we have this need this need to like kind of bear witness to something that happened 2,000 years ago.
Some people need it. Some people need to see it, you know, because
I guess.
just, you know, check this out.
No, damn you, Weston! God damn it!
Shout, always releasing those
So where are you from?
Blu-rays.
Oh, God.
That scream, by the way.
Oh, my boy.
Damn you, Weston! God damn it!
So where are you from? Vivian Lecoudi.
It's a very long story.
I have
My boy.
plenty of time.
Love it. You ever see
How did you go to
Appaloosa?
San Francisco?
To see
Yeah, I got
the
it.
world.
This is it? The place you chose of all the places you have seen. No flowers, no garden at all. You live like a dog.
Happy dog. You have to tell me where you want me to plant your trees.
You're
Plant the
still a
trees,
dog.
he's gonna be digging graves.
Can I have your attention, ladies and gentlemen? I am Sergeant Webb of the California Regiment. We need volunteers who want to fight to save the Union. We're looking for men of honor.
Men of honor.
Thinking about enlisting.
This is not your problem. This is not your country.
It's the right thing to do, fighting against slavery.
We have a life together now. It is only beginning.
Be my wife.
You cannot make things right with a consolation prize.
Oh,
Snap, I think he
No
deserves that.
sense being all alone on a night like this.
No different than any other. I am fine, Mr. Jeffries.
No, you most certainly are.
rope him.
It makes no sense for you to be here now, Weston.
Danny.
Danny Houston running around in there as a bad guy. Warriors way.
be a problem, Mr. Schiller? I don't believe so, Alfred. I shouldn't have left.
I never wanted to be saved.
I'm excited for that, man. There's a bunch of
For
westerns
sure.
coming out this year. The one
For
with,
sure. Now, what was that comment? There's
Missouri
a sequel to the Missouri Breaks coming out?
I think it's a remake. Yeah, Missouri Breaks Bill.
Huh. Okay.
Crazy, huh?
The Missouri Breaks, I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's with Brando and Nicholson. And Brando plays like the villain in that and is very, very memorable.
I have to watch that one again. It's been a long time. I just know that there's a bunch of westerns coming out, and we just so happen to have western books, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, man. And have you seen the Dark Valley yet?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you're gonna like that. That's the best western that's come out like in the last 10 years. I
Who's
would
in
say
that one?
It's German, and it takes place in Germany.
Oh,
There's a
yeah,
guy
that
who
was the
comes
one.
from the Old West.
I gotta watch that tonight, dude.
Oh,
That's the one I want to
and
watch.
also the violence in that.
Shoot me a link, bro.
Brutal.
Shoot me a link.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's I'm pretty sure it's on Tubi and
Is it?
some other platforms. I'll find that shit for you.
Iron Age Bros, huh? Nice. They're making it.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, I think it's that time of the show for us to get into something
Oh,
that
shit.
is Metal Shark Bro from Scout Comics. So there was a Zoop book that was crowdfunding. There's more Zoop books that are like, I think Brutal is one of them. I picked up this book called Brutal. I don't have it right here, but I got it from the LCS, but they're doing a Zoop crowdfund. And there was another book on there from Scout. They were doing a Zoop campaign, but homeboy Ink Spots dropped some tweets where he was checking out Scout, and I went to their website. They got a fuck ton of like dope ass books. And,
Nice.
if I find a metal book, I'm going to put on the show. So this is,
Yeah,
this
of
is,
course.
and I've been saying like metal is a genre in comics now. Like the hero
is.
always has a fucking axe guitar, or just like and I'm doing it too. I don't give a fuck. And it's just like this cape. It's like superheroes got their capes. The metal, they got their fucking axe guitars. But yeah, man, let's check it out. I like this art style, very scribbly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very doodly. It's a traditional shark stumbles upon Satan's nephew and is forcibly given anthropomorphic qualities. With his newfound human physique and propensity for violence, he's tasked with collecting the souls of those that have sworn allegiance to Satan. The only problem? He just wants to be a normal shark again. Naturally, he swears bloody vengeance, and a whole lot of death ensues. Metal Shark Bro is a perfect of fans of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Tenacious D, and Rick and Morty. Sounds good to me, man.
Yeah, it does.
It has all these cool covers, too.
It just looks fun.
It looks like fun. I mean, chances are if you pick up like a metal book, they're all going to be fun,
that they're going to have that spirit.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's the thing. There's a big difference between like what heavy metal fans were back like in the 80s and what they are like now, right?
Yeah.
Like with the new metal scene, that's when and the NU metal scene in the 90s, that's when things shifted, where you had people that could acknowledge how the goofiness of heavy metal and just embrace it.
Yeah, exactly. Like have some fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like some people live metal, you know what I mean? Like they take it, like we talk about that on the show a lot. Like they go there mentally,
Yeah, we know a couple of people.
So I don't know, but everybody.
You're
does.
always there, Preston, for sure.
Yeah, Ninja Nuns. Yeah, so definitely, guys, check out Scout Comics. I want to put a link. You guys should go check it out. Let's see.
And support Soup too. Those guys were really, really great to me. The campaign didn't work out for other reasons, which I shan't go into. Yeah, but we need more. We need more platforms and specifically platforms that don't shadow ban creators.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if that link worked, but could try it one more time. Yeah, no, I mean, I see like Barbaric. That's a big fucking book right now. It's on Zoop right now. They're crowdfunding it. So
excellent.
I'm sure you've heard of it, right?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's a pretty big book. Where
does it take place? Because I'm looking at that guy and he looks kind of like a Germanic barbarian, but then the weapon in his hand looks like something that like the Mayans or the Aztecs maybe.
It's kind of like Elric a little bit, without spoiling too much. With Elric's sword.
Oh, okay, so it's fantasy. It's not like historical. Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Definitely. So come and check.
Because then you can just mix and match and do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, for sure, man. And then there's another site you guys got to check out. For people, the metalheads that are watching that don't know about it, you guys should check out this site. It's called Fund My Comic, and there's a book on there right now for all you Robert E. Howard stands.
Yeah.
Marks, like me and Brian over here.
Yeah.
It's the first
I just backed that.
Sword and Sorcery story right here, The Shadow Kingdom, and it's by Rush Lee. Zandy Zimmerman. Russ is going to be coming on the show this week on
nice.
Open the Gates. We're going to be talking about this. Can't wait.
Interesting guy. Very interesting guy.
And he plans on, if this thing, depending on how it goes, he does have plans to make more Cull books called The Atlantic.
Yes. So, he said that. Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm sorry. I'm yapping like crazy, but you're talking Robert E. Howard. You're talking Cull. I can't fucking help it. I'm going to get the verbal diarrhea. Cull is, thought of as like Conan's predecessor or Conan Light. I'm sorry. Cull and Conan are totally different characters. Cull, like Conan, never doubts himself. He's always 100% sure about what he's doing, right? No fucking self-doubt whatsoever. 110% confidence. That's why ladies can't resist him, right? Cull, always second-guessing himself. Always he spends a lot of time in his head. But when he needs to, when the Snake Men are rising up to like take over Volusia, he just whips mad crazy ass, and you know, can, in other words, he can turn on the Barbarian.
Yeah, he's definitely an overthinker.
Yeah, and his homeboy Brule, the Spear Slayer, a Pict that's like his right hand man, also a great character. And what Russ is doing is he's adapting this story, right, by Robert E. Howard, and he's including it also in the book, right, and not in little print like they do in the Sumerian, right?
Yeah.
So you can read the original Robert E. Howard story after reading the comic or before, right? I would always recommend before, but look with any adaptation, right? And then he's going to use this as a springboard to take Cull and Brule on a road trip and create new adventures. Ones that are, the ones that aren't out of the head of Robert E. Howard, but out of his head. So
yeah, you got to do that sometime. You know, like we need new stories from these. You know, like you have those stories, and those stories can stay that way. You know what I mean? So
Robert E. Howard killed himself when he was 30 years old.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And so we didn't get a lot of the stories that we might have gotten. It's amazing what his output was, considering, right? I mean, he did work hard.
Favorite writer of mine. You guys want to check out the trailer?
Oh, for sure, dude.
Okay.
In the time before Atlantis sank and the lands of the world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny. Leaving his Atlantean tribe behind and throwing off the shackles of Lemurian bondage, he sailed the seas as a pirate captain before seizing his place as a king. And now that he has the throne, how long will he be able to keep it?
Thinking.
This is the Shadow Kingdom, the classic sword and sorcery tale by Robert E. Howard, adapted by Randy Zimmerman, with artwork by Russ Leach. Available now at fundmycomic.com.
Yeah, man. So you guys go check out the Shadow Kingdom. I haven't backed it yet, but I plan on doing it. You know, there's so many books. I can't back them all right now.
I know.
There used to be a time when I could actually fucking get like 90% of them, and now I just can't.
I know.
And then
I know. I've just been spending too much fucking money.
There's books, you know, that come out that I get that are, you know, I get the Conan books too. Those are like $4, you know, $4 a month. And I like my Goon comic, you know, I got the Goon comic waiting in my pull box. I want to fucking go pick that up. You know, Eric Powell's one of my favorite creators, you know. But I don't know, Brian, you up for a little bit of metal right now?
Let me think about that for a minute. Yeah, of course. Always up for some metal.
I'm going to play a classic. I'm sure most of you guys have heard and, you know, seen this video, but I don't know. I was just thinking, you know, since we were talking about the Godzilla, you guys might like this song.
Oh, snap. Gojira, I knew it.
Now from a solar system to another plane, I come with life in my veins. Through dark and space I ran, I left it stronger behind, and faced my fear of life. I lost the world and almost straight across from the sky to find a gate of light. Come to serious things to learn from you. Oh, and we still come into being. And behold, I'm with you. I am ready now to go. The days that say that we all recover all my forces, all the strength of the world, and feel the light into me. From the strength of God, we go to the power of Goddess. Displace the thought from brightness. The age of war is over.
Big burst.
Yeah.
Little Morbid
Windows.
Angel right there.
Morbid Angel, Late Death, Late
So
Evil
much.
Chuck.
This is
Yeah, it's
their
like
best
art
album,
house.
dude. Oh yeah, the music, the video too.
For God's sake, they'll never reveal. You'll never rest this monster race. Our force is second and killing all the time.
It's like cool a little bit.
There is no goal turrets now. Leviathans, no complaint at all. Dolphins from outer space are full of the impressive betrayal.
I love the way they go back into that.
Yeah. Of course, that double bass.
Little whale. Some bands just put their metal and their art together like simpatico, you
Yeah,
know?
it's like art house metal. I mean, that's just the term I just made up, but
Yeah, definitely. A lot do, man. A lot don't.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song, man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I like the from Mars, the song before that. It's like the acoustic interlude into that one basically just sets it up, you know, and like fuck, I wish they like played that. I thought there was another version of that video where they had that song in front of it, you know, but
Right. Because sometimes it's like, especially if it's like the dope ass intro and it bleeds into like the first song, you kind of want the dope ass intro. If you just drop the song without the dope ass intro and you're familiar, you're used to hearing it with the dope ass intro, you feel like something's missing.
You're like, where's my song?
Then you want to go listen to the record.
Yeah, I do. Like, and the thing is, I got a new car and they can't put in the CDs anymore, and I'm a CD guy, you know. And
Me too.
It's like, dude, just download. I'm like, nah, I want to put on my album. Like, I like putting my record in there and like listening to the whole thing like over a few days, you know, or the CD, you know. And sometimes you'll want like skip around sometimes, but a lot of times I'll put it in and I'll just pick up from where I left off on that song. And, you know,
Yes,
that's a song that's that record for 3 days of the week, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to have both. I like the convenience of having like an iPod and having like 12 billion fucking songs on there. That's cool. But then I also got to have my CDs.
Yeah, I got to have my CDs, and it kind of puts me in like a mode and like a mood, and like I'm kind of there, like listening to that CD for a few days because I choose to be there. And whatchamacallit, like it's
certain
like,
records are just great.
It's like another world. Like it takes you there, you know.
Yep.
And like say I'm working on a project, you know, with somebody, or I'm doing a piece or something, or I'm writing something, or I don't know. Like maybe I want to be transported to where that album takes me, and I have it right there. I can just put it in there. But I guess they sell CD player hookups too, you know, for the car. So I don't know. But
do it.
For those you guys ready to play a game?
Oh shit! I got my
ready?
fucking clock cleaned like the last 2 or 3 times, but yeah,
I tried to pick like somewhat of an easy one. So let's go ahead and check it out. Get ready for it.
Black Metal Decode.
You guys ready? All right. Drum roll. There it is.
I'm on Marth?
No.
Okay. Shit. Do I need my glasses for that? Because that was just a whack gas.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's not as hard as the other one.
It's not Gorgoroth.
No, close. Where's Chris at?
Wardroth.
Almost. Almost.
You see, I'm guessing, so I don't know I don't know this band, do I? Well, I mean, you wouldn't know what if I know the band, but you know what I'm saying. Are they?
Yeah.
What era are they from?
I think it's the 90s, 92, something like that. 93, 94. Yep. Emily got it.
Yeah. Nargaroth.
Yeah, you had that Roth at the end. You almost got it, man. Emily got it.
Almost. Yeah. No, I've never heard of them. But that's the thing. It's like if I know the band, I can get it like that. Well, maybe even not. I can get it maybe with a little work, right? If it's like really, really rough. But if I don't know the band, which is really like making it more fair, right?
Yeah. Never heard of him either.
Lucky guess.
Yeah, he was deciphering it, man. He could read it. I was on. Oh, for sure. I was on this show last night. The Friday nights. Great guys. Yeah. They did a little show for me for Butch Cleaver, the 1 and 2 campaign that I have right now, my store. And little did I know, my Stripe was giving me problems, and it actually closed down and wasn't accepting payments for my campaign for the last 2 weeks. So I actually got that straightened out, and I started getting some backers yesterday. But for those of you guys that don't know, I actually am a comic book creator, and this is my book. It's Butch Cleaver 1 and 2. It's a gothic horror western about a butcher who gets killed, and he's brought back to life by a voodoo curse, and that curse gives him the power to weaponize bone on a molecular level, just at a single thought. And it's not for kids. It's graphic violence. This is a store. I have these books done. This is my remaining inventory of the first prints of Butch Cleaver 1 and 2. The first book I made, I've been working on this character for 13 years. So the first book I made, I did a first copy. I threw in the trash. I redid that. And that would be this one, and then the one I did to follow. So you'll see a little jump in, hopefully in the artistic growth as I go. But I'm very proud of both of these books, and I think if for fans of horror and westerns and action, adventure, and fantasy, you might get a kick out of it. So if you guys want to check it out, this is it right here. I got the link pinned to the top, and the campaign is open right now. I got sketch cards, and I will say the next 8 backers are going to get a free sketch card by me, like these ones right here from the characters that are in this universe. So. But yeah, I got a lot of pictures on here, original art. If I was doing a regular campaign, I wouldn't probably have as much artwork on here. But it's 2 books. It's a universe. It's basically a store. So I have a lot of stuff on here if you scroll down. There's also going to be trading cards that are going out to the first 30 backers, a poster, stickers, and a button. So yeah, that's what's going down with that. So it was also something else I wanted to show you guys. The current book that I'm working on right now is it's called Hell War. It's about a bounty hunter that works for the god of hell, which is in my story, Hell Nora. And I wanted to show you guys a little bit about her without spoiling too much. And my character Hell War. This is a piece that I put on Twitter. So that's Hell War right now. He's going into Helheim, and he's gonna have to meet his boss, and he's got some business to discuss with her. And then here it's just basically showing her sitting in her throne with her guards on the side. And just wanted to show how she can kind of basically switch her shape, come down to his level. And that's a little bit of what I'm working on now. The book's probably going to be about 80 pages, and I'm on page 51 right now, I think. So it's taken me a long time, longer than I thought it was going to take. So
you told me when you got to work on it, you were like, you know what? I think I'm going to spend about 2 years on this.
Yeah, it's definitely turning into 3 years now. So I'm like, fuck.
That's okay though. That's okay. Slow and steady wins the race, man.
Yeah, and it's just like some pages I want to add more, and then I also want to take some out just so like the story flows and whatnot. So but yeah, I can't wait to get this book out to everybody. It's going to be a large format. It's going to be about 11 by 11 or 12 by 12. So you're going to be reading a big thing, all black and white. So if you're into metal, book in Norse mythology, this book's definitely going to be for you. Coming next year, hopefully, or a little bit after. So,
but 50 pages in, that's really good. I mean, it's always best if you can like launch a campaign when the book is done.
Yeah, definitely. I want to have it pretty much done. Maybe I'll like get it out there and just do the lettering because I haven't done any of the lettering. And then set up print files.
Save that for last. I would suggest. And then you got to remember, Homeboy's your editor, so
exactly.
Let me go over and do my thing, and then you can figure out like what you want to keep and what you don't.
For sure. And Brian's a killer editor, guys. So hit him up on Twitter. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I mean,
he's editing a lot of big books coming out right now. So
I am.
If you don't know, you will know, and now you know.
It's just strange. It's just like, I'm just waiting for people to figure out. It's just like, wait a second, you don't really know what you're doing, do you?
Yeah, right.
But they seem happy so far. So.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Are you ready to do some hunting?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
You know me, I love some monsters.
It's a big weekend, so I had to use probably the second biggest one of all time. So I figured, fuck it.
Shit.
Let's use her. You know what I mean? So let's get. That is correct. Nessie, Loch Ness Monster.
There she is.
From Scotland, from the Loch. Affectionately known as Nessie, is a mythological creature in Scottish folklore that is said to inhabit Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. It is often described as large, long-necked, and with one or more humps protruding from the water. Popular interest and belief in the creature has varied since it's brought to the world attention in 1933. Evidence of its existence and anecdotal with a number of disputed photographs and sonar readings. The scientific community explains alleged sightings of the Loch Ness Monster as hoaxes, wishful thinking, and the misidentification of mundane objects. The pseudoscience and subculture of cryptozoology has placed particular emphasis on the creature. So, Brian, you have I'm sure you got some things to say about this.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have a certain affection for Nessie because I don't know. I just feel like in these modern days, we need our mythological creatures, that we maybe even have to make a conscious decision to believe in them, even though we know they're most likely not real, because it adds something to the, the spiritual void that we have in the modern age. Nessie's interesting though, because it doesn't seem to be violent, no victims that we're aware of, right? And then there was the discovery of the coelacanth, right? Which was a fish. I think they got it off the coast of Chile or something, I think like that, where it was like it was a fish that had been extinct for millions of years. But there it was in a fisherman's net. Yeah. So what if, right? And that's when you get like these cool little illustrations and ideas, like maybe it's this dinosaur, maybe it's that one.
Yeah, totally, man. Like I was always fascinated with it as a kid. Like I wanted to. That was the main attraction to go to Scotland, the Scottish Highlands. And just how deep that lake is. I mean, they say that's one of the deepest lakes in the world, if not the deepest. So I mean, maybe that thing's swimming down there to Kong. To Düsseldorf. Maybe it's a Titan.
You never know. You never know. There's a really good, interesting thing is whenever they've tried to make horror movies with Nessie, it just never works because I don't know. You can't help but sort of like Nessie, right? Now, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, you kind of like him too, but you could also then go, yeah, but what if he was just a total savage? What if he was just like, ready to rip your face off? Nessie, even though it's like a dinosaur creature, every time they try to make a Nessie horror movie, it just ends up kind of being suck. There is one good one though.
Really?
Incident at Loch Ness. Well, it's a mockumentary, right?
Oh, okay.
And it's great because it's got Werner Herzog in it. and it's by the guy who I think wrote like the first 3 X-Men movies, and he wrote, directed, and plays himself. Yeah, and like remember like in Spinal Tap, which is like the king of mockumentaries, the Stonehenge monument, the little one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They kind of pay homage to that, where Herzog walks into a room and sees they have like a little tiny Nessie. That's like pretty much like the exact size. And you know, he gets all mad, but then of course, naturally, what happens? They run into the real thing. Incident at Loch Ness. I recommend that.
Yeah, I was always hungry for Loch Ness Monster movies. Like, it seems like recently they came up with like the Water Horse, and then there was another one, but they never made like a good scary one. You know, I always thought that still like a good scary Bigfoot movie. I think other than Abominable, I think we could use one. Like, I think we can do better. Same thing with this too.
Yeah,
I mean, you could make it a period piece. You know, make it like a Highlander movie with a badass like dragon-esque. I don't know. I'd probably just keep it real and make it look the same. But maybe give it some teeth or something. I don't know, some red eyes.
Yeah, I think brutal. This is just me. I think it's a lost cause. I mean, think of in her name, Nessie.
Yeah.
Right? It's affectionate.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, like, yeah, and you know, the Loch Ness Monster doesn't have a body count.
It's true, man. I know.
She ain't fucking with nobody. She just pops her head up every now and then.
We're talking about Nessie.
Nessie. I'll say he might have a body count. What's up, man? Everybody, welcome.
Joe, up to
How do you feel about Nessie? And Preston's like, never met the bitch.
There's like, I used to be like fascinated by cryptids like that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it just blew my mind. You see that black and white picture, that little toy floating in the water? Like, when I found out that was actually a toy, I was like, fuck.
It's still real to me, damn it.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think, like, I love science, but I think science is there to also kill your dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why you have to make a conscious decision to believe in shit that you know is probably complete bullshit.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, like,
yes.
I don't know about, like, Catholicism or Christianity. I mean, that's all blood and guts. You know?
I mean, like the guy, you know who my hero is? It's that old dude that was tramping through the woods, and I forget where, in giant wooden fucking Sasquatch shoes.
Oh yeah,
and then just watching all these people rolling in and just sitting on his front porch, just having a freaking laugh. That guy was doing a service to the community, right?
I almost want to believe, like, after watching Hawaii Files, that Sasquatch was a leftover from the Neanderthals. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody, and I'm one of them, I actually thought Neanderthals, because science always told you, like, like, even in your school books, it showed Neanderthals as like men, just not as tall, with no forehead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But after seeing that, I have to believe that, you know, I mean, that seems more likely that it was, you know, an actual Neanderthal that came around, like, ripping people apart.
Brutal.
And
well, that's the plot of the 13th Warrior. That's a plot of Eaters of the Dead, the novel that. Yeah, they run into like the last tribe of like Neanderthals.
Well, that's one of the things. Like, I was talking to Brian about this because I want to do a book on it.
Yeah, mention that incident, bro.
Yeah, and it's the what was it? It wasn't the Comanche. It was an Indian tribe that had a war with the Sasquatch, right? And it's legendary. Like, it goes through, like, it's told to children. You know what I'm saying? Like, now is like legend and not real and not myth. You know. And I always thought that would be the coolest fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd have like Indian warriors versus like Sasquatch and shit like that. That would be great, you know? Except you would explain that the Sasquatch was Neanderthal in there. Yeah. Like, just bloodthirsty, like mega fucking strong subterranean Neanderthals that went to the inner earth to go ahead and escape, you know, man's intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Kind of to escape from going extinct.
Right.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the Neanderthals. They're not the savages that we thought that they were, right?
I don't know.
We know that they believed in the afterlife, for instance, because they buried their dead with flowers. And that's to say, when they consumed their graves, they found like fossilized pollen, like high concentrations of it.
But that actually goes against what the Y files were saying, where they were saying that the Neanderthals like raped and killed and ate humans.
Did you see that video, Brian?
No, it was more like the other way around.
Did you see that video yet?
You got to see that video. Like
That's
it was
the best video I've seen like on YouTube in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
and shoot me
you
the
weren't here
link,
that day.
yo.
You weren't here on that Friday night, that Saturday night. I covered it because it was metal as fuck.
It was, dude. It was, and
super villains, bro. But
yeah, they were saying like what Matt's saying, like Neanderthals were. I don't know what they were to each other, but to us, they hunted us, and
they had thick skin. They could see in the dark. Huh? They could see in the dark. They hunted at night, and he was stating that we have this in our DNA. That the reason why we're afraid at night and afraid of the night is because the Neanderthal was hunting us. He had a theory that they hunted us into extinction to where there was only 300 humans left, one tribe, and we went down into a cave and we survived. You know. And
he says that's why we don't have like a variation in our DNA. You know, like it's like a real shallow gene pool when it comes to
right. How we are all really genuinely like related. Yeah.
Their skin was like extra thick. They had sharp teeth and fur all over their body. You know, that was like their clothes, thick fur.
Brian, I'm telling you, once you watch this episode, it's going to change your view on Neanderthal.
Yeah.
And he explains everything. Like,
shoot me that link.
Dude, he goes through. I love the Y files for two reasons. One, he goes through and he proves everything right, and then he goes back and he proves everything wrong.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like he gives you like he plays devil's advocate at the end. Nice. You know, but on this one, no, dude.
Except the gangster.
Yeah.
Give me that link, man. That sounds awesome. I still got to get Original Hate too.
Oh yeah, well, dude, that's like a big almost like that kind of came out before that. It's a similar concept. You know what I mean? It's just these ones are more brutal. The
Original Hate.
By Ben Templesmith, his graphic novel. Basically, there are these Neanderthals that the scientists thaw out, and they wake up, and then the last memory they have is of humans hunting them, and so they just go after the humans. They make them extinct. I did a review on it, but the scientist
check that out too.
She fucking scientist that discovers them. She falls in love with one of them and mates with one of them, and it's just this. It's a fucking movie. It should be a movie. It should be like 1 or 2 movies. It's fucking dope. I was like, dude, this is like 30 Days of Night. Like usually an artist will come out with one like banger, but that like dude, that shit's up there with 30 Days of Night. I mean, he didn't write 30 Days of Night. Niles did. This fool wrote Original Hate in that. Anything with Neanderthal though, I'm a total fan. But
yeah, me too.
You guys, Brian, you were talking about Eaters of the Dead, the 13th Warrior. I love the whole Beowulfian way to take a story, and I think that another movie that I wanted to show that's on here. That's metal as fuck, and it also has Caviezel, which played Jesus in the Passion, is Outlander. So here's a trailer.
Outlander's awesome, dude. Like fucking awesome. Yeah,
it's fun. It's definitely worth seeing.
Yeah.
Hellboy.
There's also another movie it's called it's the Viking when the Vikings first came to the Americans. Pathfinder. That's it. Yeah. Dude.
Same thing. The Beowulf approach. Beowulf approach.
So who are you, Outlander? Why were you there? Hunting what? Dragons. You think you can frighten us with children's stories? Why don't you tell me about your dragon?
Tell me about your dragon.
In the darkness, it kills men, beasts, everything. And it smells like death. There's nothing like that here. Yes, there is. This thing has carved out a territory, and you are in it. We're not leaving. We're gonna hunt this thing down and kill it. Hunting won't work. It's too powerful. We trap it.
Yeah, there were a bunch of Beowulf movies that came out.
2009.
Dude, they came out with some great movies back then too, dude. Like, I mean,
Good
seriously, good movies.
You can't go wrong with the
Did you guys
Beowulf
see the-
approach, or the Beowulf approach. You know what I mean? Where you
Did you see the Beowulf that takes place in the future, the one with Christopher Lambert?
No, I never watched it.
No, I
was
never seen that.
I've seen it though.
It's goofy, but it's fun. It's watchable.
I was just like, looks like Highlander. Like he's trying to take the Highlander idea with Beowulf and put it together, you know. But I like the whole Beowulf structure. I want to do a Beowulf comic one day. I will do that. That's in the thing.
I lost interest in Christopher Lambert.
On that, man. And Neil Gaiman. Fuck Neil Gaiman because that he wrote the Robert Zemeckis one.
Did you like that one?
And yeah,
movie? I like the movie. This was dope as fuck. The game was.
Is that the 3D animated?
Yeah.
But that was bad.
Dope. The director's cut.
Beowulf,
dope.
Yeah.
Beowulf kills the monsters. He doesn't fuck them. Okay, he kills Grendel's mother, and Grendel's mother does not look like fucking Angelina Jolie. I'm sorry.
No.
I dug it because like you don't want your heroes to be complete. And when it comes to Vikings killed and fucked everything, dude. The only thing I had with Outlander, no, I'm serious. The only bad thing I had with Outlander was that the Vikings were just too clean. You know what I'm saying? Like
You'd be surprised. Like I remember, like for instance, like with the Old West, I remember.
Oh yeah, they were clean though. Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember a friend of mine. Like I was watching Tombstone. He's like, "What is this shit?" Like they're all clean and they should be wearing all dirty, wearing buckskins. And I'm just like, fucking Oscar Wilde went there, to fucking Tombstone, Arizona, around that time.
Yeah.
He said this was like the best dressed group of people I've ever seen in my life. It's just like I was expecting everybody to be on buckskins, and instead they were wearing the latest Paris fashions.
The Vikings had
crazy, dude.
They had toothbrushes and they had combs and they had beard combs. So just in the last like 10, 15 years, it's been popularized that they were cleaner than we knew.
Yeah.
Ahead of the French, because the French had like rotten teeth, all kinds of lice. They had like 10 different types of lice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the Vikings, for instance, they boiled their laundry in cow piss. You know what happens to cow piss when you boil it? It becomes like bleach.
Yeah.
Does it really? I never knew that.
Yeah.
Shit. What was I going to say?
Is that wacky?
I can't remember. As far as like forging like steel, they were way ahead of the curve with all that kind of shit. Forging swords.
God.
They had.
Oh yeah.
They would make it into wire and twist it up, and they would use different types of metal to go ahead and forge swords and shit like that.
Steel. They make it out of bone.
And the quality of the steel was just fantastic, right? Like Japanese swords, for instance, like the old katanas that they were making way back in the day, that steel was pretty shitty. They just didn't have good iron ore there, right?
Really?
And so they had to find another way. They had to find a way around that, and so they just focused on engineering. But like the steel that you get from a sword that you can buy off the internet these days is way better than the old shit. Yeah.
I was gonna tell you guys too, for all the Beowulf fans out there, because I love Beowulf.
Me too.
I became a stan.
Have you ever read Grendel? I'm sorry to interrupt. Have you ever read Grendel, the novel by John Gardner?
No.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Okay. It's Beowulf from the point of view of Grendel.
Oh shit! I got to check that out.
Yeah, really? Yeah. He was a teacher. He was a teacher at Binghamton. Like one of my favorite professors gave his eulogy because he got died in a motorcycle accident. But yeah, he taught an entire course around Beowulf.
It's a graphic novel, or is it a novel?
It's a novel.
Oh, okay.
It's a short one. It's a short one. I don't know if you can find it on audiobook. Probably. It's a classic.
There was one by David Rubin I wanted to pick up. I'm not a big fan of his art style, but he's cool. I like artists that have a fucking style, even if it's not like 100% there. I'm kind of on board like 70%.
Yeah.
Harder got a style. I like that. So he did he did Rumble after Heron left, and then he did Wolf before that. But I wanted to recommend the chat and other people that they haven't seen it. Beowulf and Grendel with Gerard Butler and Stellan Skarsgård. and that is a great indie Beowulf movie. I have it, and the mommy is horrid in that movie, and Grendel in there, he just actually looks like Sabretooth.
Dude, I think I've seen that. What was it? It was Beowulf and Grendel with Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
It's extremely low budget, but it's fucking dope. I like it.
That was like that period when suddenly there was all this Beowulf stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It was like a flood of like Beowulf.
He's like, oh, Beowulf.
I'm all for, I love me some fucking Beowulf. If you've never read the original book, it is fantastic. It is so good.
Yeah, I got to read the original book. I just read like comics and the movies and shit of it.
Me too. Yeah.
Go back and read the original.
When I was in school, that was part of the curriculum. Like we had Beowulf, we had Greek mythology, all that kind of stuff. And
I'm not fucking reading that.
well, I was actually interested because my teacher, the teacher at the time, like she was like, okay, we're going to do Pandora's Box today or something like that. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in,
Yeah, sounds dope, right?
Yeah, dude, I was big into that. And she knew that,
Yeah. That was my subject, man, was history, government, and art. I didn't give a fuck about anything else. And weight training.
I mean, you know me, I'm a lit geek, right? I'm a lit geek, so... But I wasn't reading the shit that they were giving me in
literature. I wouldn't
high
even read
school.
it.
I was like, fuck, like S.E. Hinton, fuck that. I'm reading H.P. Lovecraft.
I wouldn't read anything, but at the moment they drop a history book in front of me, I start reading that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I didn't like literature at all. Like I just.
Well, when I used to do the lectures, because I'm dyslexic, but when my history teacher, social studies teacher would do lectures. Dude, I was all in. It was like watching a fucking double feature. I was like,
lectures are fun.
History is so awesome. It's so awesome. And that saying that like it's stranger than fiction, it's absolutely 100% true.
Oh yeah, totally, dude. Like it's not like you can't write this shit.
No, one of the comics I want to do eventually is about the massacre in the Black Forest.
Oh,
Arminius.
Yeah,
and all that shit. The 3 Greek legions marched into a German forest. Not a single one of those motherfuckers came out.
Damn.
Holy shit, dude. That sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah. I've got like all my notes. I got a big thick folder full of that one's ready to go one of these days.
That's sick, man.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man. I think I got all the topics out today. Thanks you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, for sure, man. Brian, where can we find you at, brother?
What, me? You can find me anywhere, bro. You can find me on the Twitter at Brian Crisco.
Twitter.
You can find me on the Facebooks at Brian Crisco. You can find me on the YouTubes too.
I'm always in the Twitter.
I'm always in the Twitter.
I'm always in that Twitter.
And Doc Salem, Taker of Souls, aka Preston Azevedo. Where can we find you, brother?
Right here, and on the Monster Club, the horror movie club on Brian's channel.
That's what's up. Thanks everybody for coming, for stopping by. It was an awesome show. This is going to be the new time. So 8 o'clock on Saturday nights, 90% of the time. I mean, sometimes we get sick and yada, yada, yada. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Have an awesome Easter. Always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones, know your role. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Peace. Peace.